Well, I think on Thursday, Georgia State was one of our complete games. I thought defensively and offensively we played pretty good, and we got some, we got some production out of some of the posts. Mariah Stewart, I thought, played really well, and Lene Whitten continues to play pretty good, and so that was a great game. Defensively, I thought we did a good job too, turning them over. I think we ended up with 10 turnovers, but when you think about it, the last 3 turnovers were shot clock violations. Because of me, I was trying to hold the ball a little bit, and so we didn't really get any shot, but we were able to run the clock down. So good game, and then we go and play Coastal, and I talked to the coach after the game. He said he hadn't shot like that in a while. They really shot it well, I think. It made it more difficult to guard. First half, Blunt was just kind of unstoppable, and then we kind of made an adjustment. They started hitting some outside shots the second half, but kind of made a run and just never could get over the hump. In making stops, I thought was the big thing is we kind of started to score a little bit, but we just couldn't stop them. So tough game. This week's going to be really, really tough. We go to Southern Miss. Southern Miss is got some size. They got Dominique Davis, the guard that transferred from LSU, is really good, scoring a lot of points. And they've got 6'3", 6'3", 6'2", coming off the bench. And so they got an inside-out game, make it be a tough game. Got to take care of the ball. We're going to have to be able to rebound, keep them to one shots, all those kind of same things. And then you go to Texas State, and they got the big 3. I thought actually they were going to win it last year with those point guard Taylor, and then they got a big kid inside, and they got Hood that can just score it. So they all back, and I think that's going to be a tough game, especially going there after having to travel probably all day on Friday to get there. Questions?
I know you were just talking about it, but how do you adjust? Because the travel situation in the past couple of years has seemed pretty logical. You go to Texas, you go to 2 Texas schools, and so on and so forth. But how do you adjust for that and get the girls ready maybe for that?
Yeah, it's tough. Well, number one thing, you get charter flights. That would make it a lot easier. We could charter flights. I mean, to me, it's very doable, on those situations. Now, we don't fly everywhere, but on those situations, if you did charter, man, you jump on a plane, you could go that same night, then you could practice the next morning or, do shoot around the next morning and then start preparing a little bit earlier. I think that would be, I don't know how many teams are doing. I'm hearing the East Coast teams or the new teams are doing that. So, that would be one of the things I think that could be done. Other than that, it's going to be tough, and I think it will get tougher to try to get those kind of games. And being that you don't have a travel partner and all that. And, I mean, Georgia State had it kind of made. They came here, and then they went to ULM. That's how it should be. But, it's not. We'll play South Al, and then we got to go to Troy. We'll play South Al home the next week, and that's kind of tough stuff, You kind of lose depending on if you're going or coming, you kind of lose your home your home court advantage by being on the road, but that's just part of it.
So is it about rebounding, or what is the thing against Southern Miss?
Southern Miss is going to be to try to stop their inside game, and Dominique Davis is scoring about 20 points a game, so she's a really good guard. She's looking to score. Joy Lee and them, they really like to do that high-low game, and they're going to force it inside. They're going to make you guard them inside, and a lot, and they're very aggressive on the boards. So they beat Troy the first game. It was a pretty high-scoring game. So, it's going to be, to try to limit that and then limit our turnovers and just the same basic things that we need to do, A lot of times we focus too much on the other team instead of focus on what we need to do to get the win,
Now, you mentioned Dominique Davis, her being from DeRidder. I'm sure you've watched her in high school and obviously when she went to LSU. How much, maybe from what you've seen, has she grown from her time at DeRidder? And then maybe how does knowing her game somewhat help you as far as the scout against her?
Yeah, she was a really good. What I liked about her, and I saw what LSU saw in her. She just plays so hard, and she's a very skilled player and stuff. But just the intangible things she brings to the game, she's not going to quit. She's going to play hard for 40 minutes, and that's what I'm seeing right now. I think she gets in there and plays hard. We recruited her really hard, and then I remember when we were at McNeese watching a junior college game, and she came up to me and said she committed to LSU, and it was kind of hard. It's like, golly, man, I thought she would have fit. Really, I liked the way she would have fit over here, and I think that's what Joy Lee's doing over there at Southern Miss is they're putting the ball in her hands and they kind of letting her go, and it's really working out for her.
So we talked about Mariah wanting her to be more aggressive. Did that good performance Thursday, did you sense that she got over a hump mentally or no?
Not really. I mean, I think we still have work, you know. I think that's the thing. Can you be consistent at it, you know? She can do it in practice, like today she did it, and she's getting better at it, you know. But she's just a mild-mannered kid, you know. She's not a high-energy kid that get out my way, give me the ball, all that. And that's what we're trying to make her. And we try to make her understand that she's got to be a lot more aggressive, you know. Even in that game, she got in the flow of the game, but I don't think she was very aggressive, if that makes any sense. You know, she's not an aggressive type player. And we need that because we're going to need that, mostly rebounding, you know. She's going to be a rebounder, you got to be aggressive, you know. And I think that's one of the things that we're working on. You know, great kid, very coachable and all that, but we got to get her meaner and tougher, and it's a process, you know, from where they come from and when they get here, you know, we really do good when we get tough kids, and we really do good in time to try to make some of those kids a little bit tougher, and that's what we're trying to do.
When you say, you know, getting her to be tougher, do you show her any film, NBA, WNBA, of
Man, I tell you what, our coaching staff, man, between Coach Deacon and Coach Sanders and MC, I mean, they're showing film on everybody, you know, ourselves. We show ourselves a lot, you know. I'm a belief in showing what you're doing, you know. I can preach it and they hear and they hear and they hear, but until they see it, like, oh. And so they do a great job with that, you know. And I think it's going to be more than that. I think it's going to be like the extra time in practice like that we're doing right now and stuff, you know, to kind of beat her up a little bit. You know, you get those pads out and you try to get her to fight back. Now, the other kid's fighting back. The other kid's just not as skilled. You know, she's given some black eyes and a little bit of concussions, you know. So they're two different kind of kids, you know. It's just that Mariah's a lot more skilled on the offensive side, and that's kind of what we're missing right now.